Oh, we have a trade to announce. The Toronto Maple Leafs trade Connor Carrick to the Dallas Stars in exchange for a conditional 7th round pick. So let's just cut to the chase then. Do I like the trade? I have to think about it. No, I don't like the trade. I'm sad. I'm disappointed. But getting past the fact that I like Connor Carrick a lot and like his Instagram, it actually makes a lot of sense. So let's talk about it. I'll make a quick video in the only way that Connor Carrick would approve. With a coffee and thick frame glasses and dogs. You guys sad about Connor Carrick? We'll eat one for him. We'll have a nice little treat for him. Dallas is getting a treat, aren't they? Dallas Stars fans, the first thing you need to know is his dog is named Hoagie, okay? And he is wonderful and charming. He has an Instagram as well. Also, I'm gonna let my dogs back upstairs because they don't understand why I'm yelling. Iggy, you're done, bud. Alright, look, here's why I'm disappointed about the Connor Carrick trade, besides the fact that I think he's swell. Now that the Leafs have been rebuilt, you know, they're a contender, they're expected to be good, it's easy to forget what the team was just 3 years ago. The beginning of the rebuild was terrible, and the Leafs acquired Connor Carrick in the year where they finished in last place. They got Carrick in the trade where they traded Daniel Winnick again, this time to the Washington Capitals in exchange for Brooks Laich, remember that? A 2nd round pick, which turned into Carl Grundstrom and Connor Carrick. And Carrick looked alright with the last place Leafs. It wasn't really that hard to look that good with that team. And then he got sent down to the AHL with the Toronto Marlies. And what an ungodly monster. Loved him as a playoff player, just so unpleasant to play against, this laying down the wood, feisty. In 15 American Hockey League playoff games that season, he had 7 goals and 11 assists for 18 points. One game in particular, the Marlies were losing 4-1. They tied it 4-4 by the end of the second, and Connor Carrick had a hat trick. And me watching the last place Leafs all year, I was like, you have my attention, sir. He made the Leafs the next season, played 67 games, and never really found that offense again, only getting 8 points. The next year, the Leafs bring Roman Polak back. I have expected that the Leafs were getting Roman Polak back in this trade. Carrick played 47 games last year. I can't even believe it was that many, getting 12 points. He had one monster game in particular last season against Ottawa where he won the thing, and then he had a very meh preseason, and it became obvious that Babcock was like, yeah, I'm done with you. Dallas Stars fans shouldn't be dismayed by that, though, because Connor Carrick wasn't what the Leafs wanted him to be. He was a good pro and a good professional, a good man and all that stuff. He's mean. He's not big, but he's mean. Check out his Instagram. He's got Texas-sized thighs. But the Leafs want a bigger guy, a penalty killer, and that is what they're trying to develop Andreas Borgman into, I think. That's why they liked Polak so much. That's why they seem to like Ozhiganov so much. It certainly helps that Ozhiganov can move the puck. But Stars fans, that's where Carrick comes into play. I think if given the opportunity, this guy can move the puck. He's got a shot that, man, I wish he used more. He can get the puck through. He's got a bomb. And I guess the reason I'm disappointed he was traded is he was a project that looked so promising that I guess just didn't work out. Now, the return. A conditional 7th that turns into a 6th if he plays more than 50 games, which is a thing he struggles to do on teams that have Roman Polak on them. I can't believe you guys have them both. That's so stupid. It's upsetting to me that it didn't work out. If he can develop into that player, he'll play 50 games no problem. And that'll be good for the Leafs because they'll get a 6th, and it'll be good for the Stars because it'll be more than worth it for them. The reality is the Leafs liked Ozhiganov more, and that's fine. Maybe Carrick could have made it as a spare, but they decided that they like Hall more. The issue doesn't just stem from that or the fact that he sort of fell out of favor with Babcock. It's also that Carrick signed a 2-year, $1.3 million contract. Not 1.3 total, 1.3 per. For a spare guy, no bueno. But there was a market for him. There was obviously a market for him. That's why the Dallas Stars traded for him. The Leafs were about to put Carrick on waivers. The Stars would not have given the Leafs anything if they didn't think he would make it to them. And the Stars didn't even make the playoffs last year, so they'd actually be relatively early on in the waiver wire order. So they just decided, you know what, let's not risk it, we'll give the Leafs something. And the Leafs only get a fraction more for Carrick than they did for Nolan Vesey, which, like, when that trade was announced, a lot of Leaf fans were like, cool, didn't know we had that guy. But you know what a 7th or a 6th rounder is better than? Nothing. Which, there's a roster limit. That's just the time of year it is, man. And look, another warning for Stars fans, the guy does make mistakes. The issue was he had trouble getting in the lineup last year, and when he was in the lineup, he took too many penalties. Gap control was often a little bit of an issue. He's not the most defensively sound player in the world, but he has played well. And if you still care about this stat, +5 last year, +8 the year before. He's usually on for more goals for than against. I'd be curious to see if he gets any power play time on Dallas, maybe the second unit. Is John Klingberg good? I've heard he's good. Lifestyle things. I mentioned his dog. This is his dog. His name is Hoagie, and he's a good boy, and he's got an Instagram. Mr. Carrick got married over the past summer. He didn't wear socks. That's the new thing. Big fan of working out. He's a great Instagram follow if you want to feel, lazy and like, maybe I should go to the gym. Or just look at it and eat chips and go, that's impressive. And he posts a lot about coffee places you've never tried. But you go, I'm gonna try that. And then you probably don't. Toronto was a haven for him because it's full of hipster coffee places. Dallas, you're gonna have to help him out with recommendations. I don't know what you got. How is Austin? How far away is Austin? Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna pull the Canada thing on you. Oh, you're from Texas? You must know someone from Austin. I'm from Dallas. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that not the same thing? I'm sorry. We shouldn't fight. They came to that agreement thing. Leaf fans, it's a 5-year plan that changes every day. Remember when Callie Rosen made the Leafs last year out at camp and how quickly they were like, nope. And then he ended up getting way better and was wicked in the playoffs, and then the preseason happened. I think, what's the thing Mike Babcock says? The players who should be on the team are usually on the team by the end of the year. Kapanen did not start the season with the Leafs last year. He is this time. Dermott did not start the season with the Leafs last year. He is this time. Andreas Johnsson did not start the season with the Leafs last year. He is this time. All three of those guys were in their playoff lineup as well. Connor Carrick is a guy that I think Leafs Nation was pulling for, not just because you want as many good players as possible, but because we like him. His answers were always great. He just seems like a great guy, gives a lot of his time to fans. And now it's your turn to pull for Connor Carrick, and I'm jealous. You're very lucky. So what else has happened? McElhinney and Pickard are on waivers. Does that mean Sparks made the team? What the heck? Shea Weber's captain of the Habs? Speaking of which, the Habs made a trade with the Flames. Tom Wilson touched ahead again. And rather than make this video an eternity long, I will instead tell you that we're recording a brand new Panago Pizza Steve Dangle podcast tonight. And we're back to 2 a week. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. And Connor, from all of Toronto and all of Leafs Nation, thank you.